Overtime. I'm OD, and this is
Aaron.
And we're back today. Weekly thing, you know how we do. We got a few topics here for you. Just want to go through a good run through of the week here. First, we want to start off with where we were right and where we were wrong. Last week, we made two picks. It was a game against the Pats and the Jets. Another game was Saints and Falcons. So I went 0-2. I picked the Jets and I picked the Falcons. Went with the homers and didn't do me well.
I almost picked the Jets.
I almost
went there, but
that
I didn't.
That team looks bad right now.
What happened?
I don't know.
I mean,
it just seemed to me like the defense was picking up, running game was gonna get it going, and it just hurt me so bad. They got shredded against Tom Brady. Wound up losing my fantasy league matchup because the Jets defense couldn't do anything for me. So it was just a horrible situation with the Jets. Tom Brady shredded them. Gronkowski, he looked like...
Thank you, Gronkowski.
Oh, my God. The guy looked awesome. Oh, yeah, because
he
won. Yeah.
He won that for me.
Yeah,
My fantasy
matchup. As we're sitting here watching, we're both watching the game, and we're, like, texting each other, and she's all happy, and I'm all mad because all the Jets D had to give me was 4 points. That's it.
They couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. Look bad.
Gronkowski and those touchdowns.
Oh, man. Forget Gronkowski. And that's the second time he's burnt me this year. Next game, Saints and Falcons. Actually, was a pretty good game.
It was a really good game.
Yeah, it was a real good game. Actually, that kind of kept me in the hunt because I had Casey, and Casey got me 18 points. So, I mean, it was a real good game. You know, very interesting game. Mike Smith, you know,
What did you think of the call?
I thought it was stupid.
I did too.
I mean, what do you have to lose by punting the ball? Like Colin said, you don't go for it on fourth and what? I mean, if you go for a fourth and make it, what do you get? A first down? Not a touchdown. Right. It's not a game winner.
They weren't in field goal range, nothing.
Punter having a good game. Play the field position. That's all you got to do. Your defense was kind of shutting them down there. You know, as many weapons as the Saints had. I mean, they were shutting them down. They were holding in there, sticking tight. So, I think it was a bad call. Like they say, if he goes for it, he make it. He's a genius. If he doesn't, the guy's horrible. So, it's one of those calls, but in my opinion, you just don't make that call, not in overtime. Yeah. You work too hard to get to that point. Against a Saints offense that any time could put up 40, 50 points.
Can't take that risk there.
Something that I really don't know if I want to get into much, but got to show respect as much as I don't like his team. Got to still show respect. Coach K gets 903. When you guys will be viewing this, I don't know if he played another game or not, but he got 903 on, was it Wednesday?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Wednesday he got 903 against Michigan State. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not a big fan of Duke. Actually, hate is a strong word, but it's one of the words that I like to use with Duke and the Yankees. Hate. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at with Duke. Coach K, well respected. I will say what he was given, what he recruits, what he goes to get, he does well with them. So he wins a lot of games. They always fold most of the time in the tournament, except a couple years ago when they won and beat Butler. Which screwed me for a few years there. So
seem a little salty about that.
Yeah. I'm not really. Duke. I really don't like those guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge college basketball fan. I don't have a particular team that I follow, but I don't care for Duke. I don't like watching.
And why is that? I mean, that's the question for me to you is like, why is that? I mean, if you're not really into it much, like it's really got.
Why do I care?
Yeah, no, not like that. Just more or less is just trying to figure out why is it? Because if somebody doesn't even watch it much, doesn't like it, then of course you know how I feel.
Right.
Who watches it all the time?
I don't even know what it is particularly about them. I don't know if it's just a cockiness.
Yeah, cocky.
It's just kind of like
spoiled.
Yeah, like bougie.
Yeah.
Bougie
We're Duke. This and that. Like, you know, I didn't expect Reddick to be as good in the league. Not a bad player in the league. So, I mean, some of the players, once they get to the league, I was like, oh, they're good players. I like these guys.
Dang. I love Luol Deng. He went to Duke. He plays for the Bulls now. So, individual players, I don't have a problem with.
One-year players, I kind of don't give them, I don't really jump on them as much. I thought, Corey Maggette, when he left Duke, I thought, okay, You know, he was all right once he got to the league. A couple of guys. Elton Brand, he wasn't a one-year player, but in the same token, I really respected his game, especially early on in his career. But enough about Duke, because, like I said, I don't really like that team, but I gotta send out, respect. I like
He's
the
a
way,
great coach.
yeah, I
and
like
what
the
he
way
did
he
for
coached.
Team USA,
I like the way he handled those egos. I like the way he handled the situation with Bob Knight. That's his mentor. He gave mad love and respect to. Bob Knight's crazy, so Coach K is it's like they're opposite to me, but in the same token, it's like, shouts out. I got, actually, be honest with you, a lot of people say they'd be scared, but I would send my child to play for Bob Knight if he was
Get
still
choked a couple times?
No, not even. I mean,
Bob Knight's crazy, but he's good at what he does.
Exactly. Come on. What did he have? Did he
him.
have? Was it 2 undefeated seasons or just 1? I think it was just 1.
I think it was 1.
Yeah, just 1. Undefeated? That's just unthought. Undefeated.
Yeah.
It was like 37, 38 and 0 at the time, I believe. Undefeated season. So, not talking about Bob Knight, but I'm just saying that's how much respect I got for that guy. Next, big game picks. Let's see, I got Oklahoma at Baylor. We're gonna jump into college a little bit. Oklahoma at Baylor. I kind of see an upset this week. Robert Griffin III. They're gonna be at home. I think they can score with Oklahoma. Oklahoma has a real good defense, but they're not the best. But Texas Tech scores a lot of points when they win. Which is weird that Texas Tech could go into Oklahoma and win a game like that. And I watched that game. It was just like, what is going on here? So I feel like Baylor's a better team. It's going to be a home game for them. And I think they're going to handle business. It's just going to throw Oklahoma off the BCS talk. I don't even know why we still talk. I'm not a big fan of Oklahoma neither. So we should just stop talking about Oklahoma after this weekend, after Saturday. So.
All right, well, I picked Oklahoma. But I do think it is going to be problematic for them, considering that Broyles is out with his ACL tear. Catches a lot of touchdowns, so we'll see how they can cope with that.
Like 15 to 20 catches a game.
Right. But Landry Jones is playing well. High completion percentage. He's only been sacked 3 times. So, if they can get some pressure on him, maybe,
They lost to Texas Tech
at
home. They were like a 30-point underdog against Oklahoma.
But do you know how many times they've gotten beat by Baylor?
How many?
0.
0.
Well,
that's going to change this Saturday.
Maybe it is, but I just Oklahoma beats Baylor.
Given the numbers, she's more the stats woman here, not guy, woman. She's got good numbers, but when Broyles been out, definitely.
That hurts. It definitely hurts.
Definitely. Because they got other good players, but I just can't. I don't know. All you got to do is look at the tape from Texas Tech, and you'll figure it out. I don't know what happened.
That's one game, though.
One game? It was a home game.
I know, I agree, but
Texas Tech went and got slaughtered the next 2 weeks.
It's one game.
Iowa State.
Sometimes there are those anomaly games that
nobody.
Not necessarily
this is not NFL. It's not like NFL. This is college. That does not happen.
It does happen.
That does not
happen.
Come
on, it happens.
That does not happen.
It does happen.
Even with the college basketball situation, that happens. That happens in college basketball. But
it happens in college football, too. Maybe not as often.
Well, it happens, but I'm just saying it's not something that happens a lot.
Okay, but it happens.
Nah, that's true. I'm just saying, it's just something that does not happen. You don't see that much. Moving on. Next game, Bengals at Ravens. So I'm going to take the upset pick again and go with the Bengals.
Andy Dalton.
Yeah, Dalton. Hopefully A.J. Green can play. That would definitely work out. I just, Cincinnati's D is just pretty good.
Their front four is
really
good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Even their secondary to me, and that's without Joseph, he's on Houston. Man, if they had him, man, that would just be, that defense would just be awesome. And a few years ago when they were pretty good and they went to the playoffs, it was just off their defense. All Dalton has to do is manage the game. And
he's doing well at that.
They say, well, you can't have, good losses or positive losses, but it was a positive loss against the Steelers.
He's a rookie. He's learning.
Right.
I think it's an experience for him.
Right.
Maybe it didn't turn out how he wanted.
And a rookie quarterback already beat the Ravens. You had Galbert. He handled his business against them. And only issue I can foresee is just them just handing the ball off to Ray Rice for like 30 times. If they do that, then it's not.
Well, I wanted to talk about that because that's, I think, part of the problem with the Ravens. In that last game, there was way too much Flacco. He threw the ball 52 times.
Wow.
52, that's crazy. And not enough Rice. They need to get back to just running the ball. Run the ball, let Rice take care of it.
5 carries.
Yeah, 5 carries. 5 carries. That's ridiculous.
I think
and Joe Flacco's throwing the ball
50 times. On my Niners has more carries than
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I think if they can get a little more Rice, a little less Flacco, they can win. So
I mean, because they have a defense that, you know,
they have playmakers at every level.
Yeah, exactly, on the defense. So you don't need to, you know, you get caught up in this pass-happy league. Yeah, I want to be like them. I want to be like them. Don't get caught up in that hype.
Yeah, I agree. But Ray Lewis is likely not going to be playing, which hurts.
Yeah.
But
I think that's going to be a big factor.
They have Edry. They have a lot of
Yeah, but I think that Ray Lewis factor is going to be a big. It's going to be something that's going to at least keep the Bengals close in the game.
Yeah.
I kind of even see Benson having a decent game. I actually see.
Well, their offensive line is really good. The Bengals.
Right.
It's
right.
like before anyone even can touch them, they have 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, and with Benson is more of he's a volume carrier. So if you give him 30 times the ball, he could get you 115, 120 yards. But you got to give him 30 times, which is the bad downfall of him, especially in fantasy league. You're like, man, he can probably get you 8 or 9 points because he's not going to get a big run, but like I said, he can get you 3, 4 yards, 3, 4 yards, things like that, but he has to get the ball 25 to 30 times. He can't do 15 to 20, it has to be 25 to 30.
Right.
You know? So he's a volume carrier. So we'll see. I got the Bengals, she goes Ravens, so we'll see how it works out. Ravens better get ready. They got to play those Niners next Thursday, so better get ready.
Oh, here we go.
Hater. Next, we got NBA Lockout. This thing here is just not. This thing is.
It's depressing.
Yeah.
It's really just.
Games are canceled to December 15th. So.
It's just cancel the whole season. Like I feel like it's at that point.
It's probably gonna happen.
I don't want it to get there, but I feel like
it's probably
there.
Happen. Yeah, I mean, they did what they're decertifying the union. You know, it's just not. They're trying to go to the courts, and this thing is just out of hand. You know, I feel sorry for all those people, you know, in the concessions and everything are losing out on their jobs and making all that money that they normally make. So, you know, shouts out to those folks. You know, prayer, you know, they find something else. But, yeah, this millionaires versus billionaires situation is just getting out of hand. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I don't really have much else to say. College basketball has started. I really don't even have to get in. What about you? I mean, you're big time NBA.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, like, it's, you know, the players are kind of sick of being controlled by David Stern. He's like that overbearing, like, parent or principal who's telling them how to dress. You know, if you're late for the All-Star game, you're getting fined.
I've liked some of the stuff he's done. He's a businessman.
I said
business, but it's, you know, business. I'm just saying.
He is, but think about, like, if you were a player, wouldn't you get a little sick of him? He's kind of like that snarky.
I just say that he puts them at a higher standards. They make millions of dollars. I kind of why not wear a suit?
But wouldn't you be? I would be a little rebellious of him. Think about it. He's controlled most of what they've done.
I had knocks on some of these things, like with the whole 19 rule, 1 year in college thing. First I said, no, that's not right. But then the 06 draft when they had like 11 out of the top 15 were like high schoolers, and all those guys were like watered down players like Martell Webster and Lewis Williams and stuff like that. That was bad. We needed go to college at least a year, you know, and see what you got. You know, we play against some more mature guys as opposed to the guy at the rec center, you know, his kid or whatever. You know, go and play against a more established senior against Kansas or something. If you kill him, then okay, now it's time. But not right out of high school. You know, I had that knock with LeBron. People that know me, I said, oh, LeBron, you know.
You said something bad about LeBron?